This is GuildSource. Welcome to the Matchcast. Enjoy.
No girls, no girls, man. That's such a bad saying. That's for you, Nick, sniffing the kid's head.
That's extra weird.
Welcome back to GuildSource Matchcasting. I'm Zael.
I'm glad we did that. I'm Rankshis.
Yeah, that's good. This is the kitten. They're our prop for this match. TPTL is who we've got today. If you want to go straight to the match, click the tornado link. Super Mario 3 gonna warp you there. But I want to talk about the esports blog that ArenaNet said they were gonna announce, right? On the forums.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about this in general, just in like PvP eccentric people really wanting some better PvP systems in place.
We need those features, and the game isn't like even truthfully out yet. Like the scene hasn't even developed because the features aren't out, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna link here, and you guys can go straight there. But really, it's just basically a blog post that was promised in a forum post that will announce the features, when they're going to be implemented, what they're kind of behind the scenes, because they haven't communicated anything to us.
Yeah.
So that's something you guys can pay attention to really key into, like, you know, these features that are going to be implemented.
Something we would hope you want to pay attention to.
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
Very least.
Yeah, so there's a lot of players that are waiting for the game. Truthfully, it just isn't even out in its fullest extent right now.
Correct.
Because, I mean, we need the fanfare, we need, like, the features, and to be able, there's no scene developed, and that's why it seems lackluster right now. So be steadfast. I'm assuming that they're going to deliver, and it will be good at that point.
At some point, it has to happen. I don't see how it couldn't.
Exactly. So if you guys haven't seen the TPTL fight before, TL came through Legacy, really just bunkered down and did a good job against
Great
TP.
match, by the way. If you want to rewatch that, I highly recommend
Exactly.
it.
So this is a rematch to that, and we'll really see who either establishes dominance or comes back as an underdog. We're getting into the match. Rankshis, accompany me.
If you say so.
And here we are, Team Paradigm versus Legacy on Kylo. Arguably the best map, my favorite map. How's this spec looking and all these different builds?
I mean, it's kind of funny to see how teams are changing as the time goes on. I didn't see a lot of double mesmer, double warrior, double double guardian.
Yeah.
Like each team is just finding stuff they like and trying to stick with it. Everything's changing constantly.
Well, definitely one thing you see here is that both teams are using mesmer. Those portals are so important, and there's really nothing much you can do about it. Like, if you're not using those portals with the treb and everything, it's just so useful to put down that portal, go to the treb, and get that repair kit if yours is down.
So true.
It's just seamless. I mean, I don't know. So
by the way, how many mesmers have you seen before this in general?
Not many. It's like people had to actually discover that. The feature was always there, just people didn't use it. So that's what's cool is all these, I guarantee there's more and more that you're going to see. Thieves weren't being used as much. So,
that's right.
I mean, so there's that. So Guardian, Warrior, Mesmer on both teams. You can see that. Legacy is employing a Thief and an Elementalist. The Thief I get a lot. It's, I mean, very good roamer, while the Necro on Paradigm, really Necros, like, to me, don't have a defined role right now.
Yeah, they kind of do a lot of everything.
It's like, if you're going to be a DPSer, you can't be a DPSer truthfully as a Necro. You might do a good team fight, but truthfully, you can't be a roamer, and it's really hard to be a bunker, sort of a sustained Necromancer, so it's tough to be choosing a Necromancer, but Paradigm's Reyon has just tried and true, definitely gone with that. So let's start the match. We are starting behind the point of view of TP. We're following Reyon as a Necromancer, as well as Xeph on the Mesmer. Those are the 2 point of views we have right now. Going straight to the Treb. Most of them went to Windmill, it looks like, and Clock Tower. They spread out. One person went to Windmill, just the home point. You can see that he just shot a really quick shot to neutralize, to blow up that Clock Tower. All you need is a quick shot on the Treb.
Yeah. Just start getting shots in there in the beginning.
Like every second counts. So this is an attack on the opponent's Treb. There's a Mesmer portal that's already down. Looks like their guard is a Mesmer. So that's pretty, I mean, that makes sense going back to that portal. That's where you see Mesmers really a lot.
Yeah, very cool technique people are using.
Here's on the defensive Treb, we see Reyon defending, but he's attacking this Elementalist that's really high sustain. And there's on the Elementalist Staff Fire 5 using the Meteor Shower to really hit that Treb pretty hard. I mean, all the HP we see lower on the Treb right now has been due to that move. It's really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't said this before, the hitbox is big on the Treb, and that's why it's so effective. Reyon just can't do much about it. He literally, just with his bleeds, couldn't take him down.
I mean, going back to what a Necro can really do in a lot of these teamfight situations, really good in a team fight, but so lackluster type of stuff.
Exactly. It's like you can do as much with conditions, but when that sustained Elementalist has condition removal, that just ruins everything.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like he fell down a little bit right there. He has to go around, so not... I think he did that by... he did that by accident.
Clearly by accident.
Yeah, exactly. So he's turning around, going to have to run all the way back up. he was looking at home point. Here, Clock Tower, this is where all the major battles actually end up happening because this is so important. And you can see, of course, a Warrior and Guardian on Legacy's part sitting there with hammers. That's, if you're not doing that, the stability knockback is everything.
Yeah, so good for holding a point.
So they are choosing that. Paradigm is going with a different paradigm this time, and they're not choosing that setup. But they are about to get the stomp there. The Legacy got the res, so good job on their part. They're really keeping them up.
Yeah.
Not able to completely. It's like without stability, it's gonna be super hard to get those stomps. It's a problem.
See a good rain of fire on the point, and I'm wondering kind of where the trebuchet is.
Yeah, exactly. Not much action from both.
Yeah.
I'm assuming maybe the mesmer on Paradigm took down Legacy's treb. We know that Paradigm's treb went down.
Yeah.
So the chaos field's coming down. That has a lot of daze. It dazes a lot. Like if you have stood in a chaos field, it's literally chaos. Like I hate it. It's like you can't push any ability because you have casting bars, and so that really ruins everything. There's one treb shot.
Yeah, here we finally get some treb coming in.
So that's going to support Paradigm. They're able to get a few treb shots in. So the good job on their part to get that treb back up if it was down.
Yeah,
which it was.
I mean, they just clearly overwhelmed the point.
Right, which I'm surprised about. I'm surprised we don't see many trip shots from Legacy because they have the mesmer on there. Ooh, good hit on the trip shot over there.
A lot of targets.
Yeah, exactly. A few of them were boxes. But so here's the Elementalist coming back. So this is what he does. This is his role. This Elementalist knows it well, and it's very effective because just like I said, the meteor shower on the 5, taking that down. And as this point defender, Reyon is able to do nothing about it. Look at the HP of the Elementalist.
I mean, we saw it before. It's the same thing again.
Yep, magnetic shield going up, reflecting some of those shots. Now there is help, looks like, from the mesmer. Is that Xeph? Yeah, I think it is. And he's going to be able to help and get that Elementalist down. Good response there.
Kind of surprised he didn't go on the trebuchet earlier, considering he was just running away.
Yeah, I really, I guess his vengeance at that point.
Yeah.
Want to make sure he's I hate that Elementalist. He is hard to kill.
Yeah, so, seeing that clock tower is neutralized.
He's trying to support all the nodes and trying to help out Teldo over there on home point. Evade. Yeah, you'll see that, it calls it out aloud, and you can dodge it if you just are pretty aware.
Fantastic job of seeing someone coming up right now and just trying to get him back.
Warrior's like,
yeah, don't know if I want to deal with this. And look at him shooting down right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really clever. And
it looks so cool.
He did hit him. All right, cool. Yeah, right on.
I bet you could get a few shots in there.
Yeah.
It looks like he missed
all right,
that time,
so seeing that people are coming up, he's getting ready.
Right, so very aware. He's doing a good job at what he's being able to do. And he should be able to take down this warrior. I'm assuming it's not an Elementalist, and warriors don't have a lot of Condi removal, depending. So should be able to do that. Here's on the attacking treb. So there's a lot of treb action. It really depends on the match and how the teams choose. But this is mesmer versus mesmer, and we're seeing defense and attack on both trebs.
Right.
So they're sort of capitalizing on that, and there's two different games here. You see people just destroying the trebs and not really worrying about it. Oh, goes for the stomp, and he wasn't able, with the chaos field, wasn't able to get the daze there because of the distortion on the F4 of the shatter on that mesmer, Legacy's member, so he was able to get that stomp there, it looked like.
Wow, the warrior Necro still duking it out.
Jeez,
yeah,
warrior
he's
really
got
took him down. Must have been a hard eviscerate hit, some burst, couldn't take it, so he's out. He's just getting out of town.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was a little bit of 2v1 there with the Elementalist, but for the majority of that battle, that warrior did pretty good. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. You should abandon the treb if you're going to die and you can be helpful elsewhere.
Look at the dots, man.
Oh, yeah, so many conditions.
That point is really good for the staff on the Necromancer staff. All those marks, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all marks, and it really just lays down the law. So that's really cool. Did you see him jump and dodge like that?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
That was nifty.
You get like more air out of that, I think. Mesmer portal goes down. Did he come into the portal? I'm not sure.
I think we're a little late on seeing that in general.
Yeah, exactly. But so we see the chaos field go down, uses the 2 to warp out of it, getting chaos armor. It is mesmer versus mesmer. Who is the better illusionist here? That mesmer is sword. So the illusionary illusionary swordsman is going to be doing that hard hitting crit. That just does tons of damage, just a poke that's really hard to avoid. So that's what we're seeing here. It's duelist versus swordsman on the sword pistol versus sword. So that's really a tough. I can't really tell who's gonna. I'm gonna side with the swordsman here. That swordsman's hitting really hard, especially. I mean, that's more and more mesmers are using that. I'm seeing, considering it at least.
Yeah, I saw a lot of illusionary duelists earlier.
Down. Swordsman just doing way too much damage.
Wow.
And he pops distortion. It looked like F4 to avoid some damage. It lasted a while. He had full clones.
Yeah.
Almost about to get the heal
really
off. He
close.
does go down. Going to try to stomp. He's going to warp out.
Of course.
But unless he gets help, he is going to go down, and their treb is going to stay up. Luckily, he harassed him enough and didn't get those treb shots in, while I'm assuming Paradigm got their treb shots in, maybe.
Yeah, it looks about that way. Team Legacy ahead right now.
Oh, God. Yeah, did you see that Illusionary Swordsman damage right there on that menu? It was like 13,000
yeah,
damage just from the Swordsman.
I did not see a lot of Illusionary Swordsmen a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe they got buffed. I'm not sure, but man, do they do a lot of damage now.
People just thinking about new things.
Yeah, so he's having to run manually to pick up, this treb repair. So, I mean...
If you had that portal, though...
Yeah, so it's it's really how you build it. Paradigm's definitely not going the normal sort of paradigm with the Guardian Warrior on the point, with the Mesmer on the treb, Thief on the roamer. Not seeing it. Oh, gets nailed with that treb shot. Wow,
good treb shot.
So yeah, there's Legacy getting the treb shots in. He has to,
Yeah, just book it.
Yeah, exactly, to make sure that he gets those heal in and doesn't die. And he just decides to go somewhere else entirely. Where is he going? I don't know. Maybe just deciding. They're low right now. Look at Legacy's command over the points right now. Not only are they up by 60 points or so, but they had 2 points. Now they have 1.
And they're getting some good trebuchet shots in there.
So, I mean, Legacy's, like they won last time, they're doing really good this time. Paradigm's going to have to turn it and really come forward, because if any more than this, and they're just going to be 2 behind.
Paradigm's doing a good job of neutralizing stuff, but Legacy's still picking stuff right back up.
Yeah, so it's really fluctuating. Both these teams have an offensive approach, is what I'm seeing. There's very safe strats where you're defensive. It's a little bit more boring, but in a lot of cases, it's more effective. And that's not what Paradigm's doing for sure.
There's Legacy with Guardian Warrior right on the point.
Exactly. So let's see how it works out. There's a big bomb going down, I believe, from Teldo. Teldo must be here. He swaps from the home point, and he was able to get him down. You have to time your knockbacks in between the stabilities of those classes, Guardian and Warrior. You have to key into that, because you can't use your knockbacks when they have stability.
Yeah, it's just a waste at that point.
You actually do have to pay attention to that. I really, really do. They're still on the point, doing a really good job. It is in Paradigm's favor, though, so... they were able to turn it strangely. Why aren't they able to neutralize it? I feel like they should have at this point with their build. Doing really good, I guess. I mean, because they're not dead, and they have stability and knockbacks. Why don't they have the point? That's my question. It does go neutral, it looks like now.
There's a lot of contention going on here.
Yeah, it's back and forth. I would just naturally expect Legacy to have a command here, but the fact that they don't necessarily means that Paradigm's doing really good in that regard.
And look again, everything's neutralized at this point. Paradigm's trying to catch back up. They're definitely put some effort into this. Wow, there he goes.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Teldo's right in the right spot. Lends a helping hand. They're going to try to take this spot. Now we got some knockbacks. Because the Mesmer doesn't, so now we got Teldo's knockbacks. It looks like some treb shots came in, because they were basically in the down state.
Yeah, they were both down.
Oof, God. You know what I don't see? I don't see them looking at the treb shots that much right now.
No.
You don't really see them looking up, and it's calling out right there. Look at the chat, trebuchet.
Oh, yeah, trebuchet, look at that.
Yeah, and it's actually allowed. It's like trebuchet, so, I mean, that's... In the chaos of battle, it's tough, but that's what, as a good player, you need to be keying into.
Yeah, that's high skill level stuff right there that you would hope people are picking up on.
Exactly.
I mean, just moments of not paying attention, I suppose.
Evaded there on the treb, so it's easier, of course, in those nodes to see it coming.
You don't have a roof over your head.
Right, so unless you get stunned or knocked down, you're not going to be able to dodge it. And so a lot of people are timing their stuns and knockbacks for the treb shots.
Wow, look at that right there. He saw him coming, but he still got up there insanely fast.
So he's able to get the full channel on that meteor shower. Yep. What's he going to do? So he's going to try to get him down. Let's see if he was able to do a little bit more damage this time. Maybe he knows how resilient he is. He's going to pull out the stops. Did a little bit more damage there, but he's able to get the heals on. He's applying all the bleeds. Look like it doesn't have the condition removal that he did before, so his health is just ticking away, and he's going to turn tail because of that.
That's kind of surprising. I mean, outlasting doesn't really win you that trebuchet, but...
There's the misform. Is able to stall until he gets a few heals off the 3 on the staff geyser, and there's the rain, healing rains. And did he warp up back to the top?
Yeah, he did.
Right, so he's using the blink maneuver. I forget exactly what the skill is called, but his utility skill to blink, essentially, and he blinks all the way up there and is able to... He specifically uses that for this, map to blink up there.
That worked out really well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he got the treb kill.
Again, saying it, Necros aren't that great at defending a trebuchet, it turns out.
It may just be a good, interesting counter comp right now, although, I mean, just regardless of how it normally is, the Warrior did a good job against him, and the Elementalist is doing a good job against him. So, I mean, we don't have the numbers right here to say that the Necro is a really good position for that. attacking now. He's instead of going on the defense, he knows his treb's down, so he's like, listen, I'm just going to take down their treb. That's the best I can do right now. Paradigm does have 2 of the nodes, and they have commanded the lead now, just barely ticked ahead. So they actually have commanded those points, and now they're getting the ticks in, and they just need to maintain this if they're going to win.
I suppose when you don't have to support a trebuchet, you can actually focus on really getting some points.
Exactly. So now this Xeph is going to pull out some of his DPS, Blurred Frenzy, going to try to heal. He's getting a little bit low there. He is squishy, so he's got to really worry about that. I don't see him using the Chaos field on the 5 and then the 2 to warp out it, give him Chaos Armor. I don't see that as much. Some of the DPS like ramps that the Mesmer has and the combos really aren't being, I don't see him so much. Now he goes down. Legacy is going to be able to take this unless they really have some help. He's going to try to stomp warps out and see if he gets it.
He's got it.
Bam!
Yep, there it goes.
Him. So complete neutralization on the nodes. This is still anyone's game. This is really good to see at this point. This is the second half, and the points are close. All points neutralized. Anyone's game at this point. Mesmer portal goes up. He puts it down. Is that the Mesmer? Yes, it is. But he didn't warp straight out. He just wanted to use it, and he hasn't warped through it. That's interesting that this Mesmer would do that. Legacy's Mesmer is doing that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he's getting low health. He's going to go down unless he gets some help. Man, it probably goes down. There's the fear there. He pulled out the fear. And there's quickness, time warp. He did pull out time warp and is really doing a lot of DPS, but I'm not seeing people getting focus fired down. No one on Paradigm went down as a result of that time warp. Got to capitalize on it if you're going to sacrifice the MOA. MOA is so important for taking down people, especially Guardians and people that are defensive.
This is a much better use of their Necromancer, by the way.
Yeah, so this is where he's doing the damage. He's getting access to those other professions where he can actually, he should be team fighting. I mean, that's normal. I mean, you see how well he did at Clock Tower before.
Yeah, that's where he shines, kind of.
Back at Mansion, which is Legacy's home base here, they're going to try to take it. It is in Legacy's favor, so they're actually going full offensive right now. They have the other 2 points, and they're attacking, making sure to put on the pressure. This Mesmer is going down, and he goes behind the rafters. And goes down. Does Legacy notice, though?
They can just come in and stomp him, for sure.
Yeah, if they noticed. Look, no one's attacking him.
Well, they're coming for him next. Or
his health is going up and up and up. You can't really see what's going on back here, but this is an interesting treb shot.
I think a treb shot hit him. Yeah.
That took him down.
Yeah.
Completely on accident. Just treb shot got him.
Did they leave the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Legacy has left that point.
They didn't notice that he was there behind the rafters. And he's going to heal up, and he's going to be able to neutralize this node unless someone's on defense. Of course, Legacy's worrying, and they're sweating a bit at this point. And of course they're not going to defend this, though. They need to go all offensive, and that's why this point is undefended.
Wow. that was cute.
Yeah, that was cute, yeah. Mesmer doing some tricky stuff.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, exactly. So, good placement. I mean, that's good gameplay. That's why I like these nodes. Usually they've sculpted it, Arena has sculpted them in such a way that they do have these features that you can sort of hide behind or go up multi-level, So that's really cool to see that.
Yeah.
And now they've triple capped. In no time at all, they are going to win at this rate. Legacy has to turn around this match. No, there's no way.
Yeah,
it is
Team Paradigm has this.
Wow. It's a really good turnaround, but I thought that was really interesting how he got that node. I mean, he goes neutralized again, it seems now, but there is no hope. Paradigm played well despite Legacy's strong build, in my opinion. Like, they were built right. I wouldn't have thought if I saw that build that Legacy actually would have won.
Yeah, that didn't seem like something that would work as well as it turned out working in the end.
Exactly.
It seems like they kind of abandoned the trebuchet to a certain extent towards the end and just went for the win.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did and learned something. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. Here's a link to a previous match if you want to see that. And also, GuildSource is recruiting just for funsies. You want to hang out with us, talk to Zael, talk to Rankshis, or whatever, message us at our names listed in the description if you want to hang out with us, because we got some open slots. So that's all I got. Thanks, and see you guys later.
See you next time.